we rolling, guys?
This guy was You're still not rolling, man. How much you go to Sammy's and waste on that piece of
Sammy's!
Turn that camera on, man.
Oh, God.
Just turn the thing on. Jesus Christ.
Hey, something's burning, something's burning, something's burning.
Hey, guys. Welcome to another episode of Something's Burning. My guest today, Whitney Cummings, Michael Rapaport. You know him from every movie he's ever been in. She just directed the movie A Female's Brain. I'm genuinely fascinated by the both of you. You both live lives that I could never live.
I'm genuinely fascinated by the fact that you didn't wash your hands before you grabbed that dough. What is the game plan for you?
I mean, what the fuck is this shit, man? And you're not even the cook.
Are you fucking
and you're late and shit.
You're fucking kidding me.
You got a fucking guy here. He's
Can you spread out the pizza for us?
Literally just.
Hey, someone make me a cocktail. I'm not gonna fucking cook this episode.
Took a piss, touched his dick.
You got no fucking socks on.
Tell me you did not just touch your dick.
Touch my dick.
What? Where are your hands?
Touch my dick. Well, you're right. Dude, can we get a brand new dough? You definitely shouldn't eat this one.
I touched my dick and touched your hand.
He's literally just like where have your hands? Wash your fucking hands.
All right,
Put your
fucking
hands
Gil, will you
in
just make us
that.
pizza?
Go.
Gil, will you just make us pizza? Burr calls me and he's like, bro, I got this buddy who's got a fucking pizza oven. It's unbelievable. You gotta come out. And so I was like, let's do it here. And then I came out here, I was like, oh, this is someone's house? Oh, shit. I'm overstepping my boundaries. I definitely haven't washed my hands. Can we do another dough?
No, I mean, that could be the practice one. But can we mark
This'll be for
it
beauties.
so we know we're not
This'll be for beauties.
We're not gonna actually eat this one.
Quite a bit more, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Plenty of flour on that too.
Have you?
So go ahead. What's that, Whitney?
No, I was just nauseous from that decision you just made, so I'm just trying to.
Well, I thought I'd make pizza because New York, I'm like a huge Michael Rapaport fan.
So I'm the buffer.
This is the most time I've ever spent with Whitney because we've met in passing and then we've texted a little bit.
Oh, now you're gonna work so much more. Whitney creates more jobs for people than anyone in the business.
Do you know how to? What's happening?
Gil's gonna
It's
make it
easy,
for us.
though. It's easy. I know how to do that. Once you get the dough, I know how to do that.
Shouldn't we try to do
I
it?
figured Gil would set us up with our whatchamacallit. We could put our toppings on. They'll go in the oven.
Okay, I
Easy
didn't know.
peasy.
I didn't know.
Sauce right here.
Didn't know if your viewers actually wanted to see some.
No, they didn't come here to
got
learn.
it, yeah.
The host can't even cook.
What do you guys like on your pizza? Just cheese? You guys want to just do cheese?
Cheese, some vegetables.
Some you like garlic?
Sure.
Yeah.
Garlic,
I love that
vegetables,
we're
cheese?
pretending we're honoring this concept in any capacity.
Well, we
Did
gotta
you
make
wash
something.
your fucking hands yet?
Yeah.
Where? No, you didn't.
damn it.
You're a fucking liar. You're washing it with water?
Well, yeah, they're
the idea
pretty
is
clean.
soap and water.
They're pretty fucking
you're
clean.
just
Does anyone have-
You're just moving the germs
Guys,
around.
it's going in the oven. What do you think every chef you've ever been with washed his hands?
No.
Yeah. That's old
Definitely
school.
not.
What's the best pizza in New York?
I have to say Patsy's or Joe's, down, like the one on Bleecker off of 6th Avenue.
Oh, really?
The one that says open late.
Yeah.
The
I
late
know that
night.
one. I know that one.
That one's
I
good.
used to live on.
Please tell me the aerial camera is getting this shitty ass pizza with 2 pieces of garlic on it.
One of the most excited moments.
This is like for an anorexic vampire. It's just 2 pieces of garlic.
One of my favorite moments in New York. Me and my buddy Tony. We get in a taxi, driving right through the village, and we see you on a bike.
Me?
Yep.
Oh,
This
shit.
is 20 years ago.
Did I have a helmet on? I probably did.
No.
I
You're
do,
on
I
a
do
bike
now.
and you're talking shit to somebody. You're like, that's what I said. It was the most New York moment, and we had just moved to New York.
That's funny.
And we're from Tampa, and we're like, Michael! And you were like, what's up? And like, we were like, oh! And we went and
That's
got drunk.
funny.
You owned so many of us, because you were in all our fucking movies that we loved. Like, True Romance. What a great part. Did you feel like you got cast in that role, that no one saw you coming and you just hit it out of the park?
I got cast in that role because that's who I was. I was looking for my break, and Quentin Tarantino wrote the script. And then the crazy shit about that set was that I would just go to the set just because like I knew like Gary Oldman was gonna be shooting, or Christopher Walken and Dennis Hopper. Like that scene, like I was on the set.
Great scene.
I had no business being there, but I was like, I was there because I was like, oh shit, like.
Crazy.
So.
I have a question for you. Don't you put cheese before the vegetables?
No. It's Something's Burning. You'll like it.
Is that cheese or is that just the filth coming off your hands?
Mozzarella.
Is
It's
that
mozzarella.
just dry?
You're worse than Bert. He
Is
would
that
not
just
eat what I did because I
dried
kept touching my
cum?
nose.
What is that?
I'm just trying not to touch my nose right now. No, this is. Yeah.
Have you ever gone on a rant about something and then regretted it? Or have you ever been like, ugh, I went too far, or ugh, I was actually wrong? Have you ever thought that about something you've said?
There was a couple of tweets that were not articulated correctly. but never on the videos. Like I should have just made a video and be like, yo, this is what I meant. Like when I was around dudes that could really play ball, that could really fight.
Yeah.
And my thing was to really be able to shit talk.
When do you decide, because this is always my dilemma, is like if someone's talking shit to you on Instagram, when you decide the person's worth engaging?
If I could see all I need is to see a picture of you. If you're on Twitter and we're on Instagram and I can see a picture of you.
And if you have your own website, I'm coming after you.
And if you put your like what you've done.
Yeah. If you have a .net, I'm coming after you.
Yeah, or your music.
Yeah. A link to your SoundCloud.
And you're talking shit to me? You get the fuck out of here.
This is what really drives me nuts, is when someone comes at me and I go in and it says stand-up comic.
Right.
And they're like around, and maybe they're in Cleveland or something, and I'm like, are you sure?
Yeah.
Like you want to do that? And it's like, because comics sometimes eat their own.
I get it.
Yeah.
Have you seen this thing that I do, the shame game?
No.
No.
What is it?
Where
Sounds like me last night. Thank you, Bert.
So I've taken tweets.
Whitney, I need you to dress this one so that
Okay,
you'll
I'm
be able to
show
clean
it to
one.
you. I'm gonna
Okay.
show it to you. Whitney, you should be a guest on the shame game.
I'm in.
Oh, hold on real quick. Michael Rapaport
Yo,
Why is there...
from New York,
you gotta hit the T in my last name.
Whoa.
That shit looks good.
right?
Fuck yeah.
That's the
Is there a T in your
hepatitis
last name?
pizza.
My whole life I've called you Michael Rapaport.
There's a T.
Michael
I'm not
Rapport.
French,
When
motherfucker.
you said that, I was like,
Michael
that's so
Rapport.
elegant.
Rappaport.
You can't tell me how to say your name. I'm your biggest fan. You cannot. I'm the
What do you think? It just ends it all like a little.
You did some like you had like
You're Michael
some.
Rappaport. I hate to fucking break your heart.
I'm Rapaport.
No, listen. I don't give a shit. You cannot tell me how to say your name.
Can you please just call him Bart and we'll be fine?
Oh, do not start doing that. Wait, let me see.
Let me show you. So
What is half
I-
the?
so-
Why
so-
do you have Brussels sprouts?
Why? Because you're here. I thought maybe it'd be healthy.
Why do you have honey? What?
I don't know. I thought you'd get weird. I mean, that's mine. You make yours. Michael will make his, and we'll
Okay.
see who has the best one.
Okay.
here, look at this. Look at this.
Another edition of the Shame Game. Death Threat in the DMs edition. Or dude. That's French for two.
The first one comes from Henry de Bronx King, who says, I hate you, you N-word loving piece of shit. I hope a pack of N-words rapes your wife.
Jesus.
Hashtag Trump 2020. Speaking of wives, Henry de Bronx King, I wonder what your wife is going to think.
Oh
That's
shit!
him.
So you go in and you deconstruct
That's him.
the hater.
That's him.
Oh, justice.
People love it.
That
Yeah.
is awesome.
And question: has a person that you roasted on it ever come out seen it?
Yeah.
Really?
They all delete their accounts.
I love
yeah,
it.
because
That's
you
amazing.
can say you're a piece of shit, your movies suck,
Yeah.
you're fucking ugly. You can
Yeah.
say all that. But
Yeah.
when you start, I'm gonna kill you. Get the fuck out. I gotta fit. And it just, I was like, I gotta get these motherfuckers.
It's a very primordial urge to just like crush someone.
And you know, we did one with Kevin Durant was because he said, I want to do the shame game. He was like, check this out. He goes, beautiful day in San Francisco today. Thousands tweets. You fucking pussy motherfucker. You fucking dumb snake motherfucker. All he did was put, it's a beautiful day in San Francisco. Fucking kill yourself.
For real. Let's switch gears. I want to talk about movies. I've never been in a movie. I've never made a movie. You've been in tons, and you have actually.
I've auditioned for many movies.
No, but you made your own movie.
Right.
You directed the movie?
Yeah.
She wrote it.
Yeah, with
Wrote
you
it,
know,
directed it,
Yeah,
and was in it.
you know,
Yeah.
we wrote a movie together. It's called The Female Brain. It's a neurology movie.
Hey, can you bleep out name? That'll drive him nuts.
But Blake Griffin was in it as an actor.
Okay.
And he's fucking excellent.
When's the movie coming out?
Sublime. It's out right now.
It did
Okay.
fantastic.
Yeah, that's how movies are now. You're
I
like,
know.
when does it come out? It's been out for whatever. It came out like a month ago.
Okay.
But Blake Griffin plays an athlete who
Okay.
is dealing with an injury, and it's kind of about what masculinity means now. And if you show any kind of weakness or vulnerability, that women are less attracted to you. Is that nature? Is that nurture? And it's just kind of an interesting exploration of
Okay.
that. So I think it was important that trying to make this movie be taken seriously by men, that the man that happened to was someone who actually had masculinity to lose.
Right.
A lot of men came up to me after they saw the movie and were like, thank you for casting men to play men.
Did you like directing the movie?
It was very low budget and it was incredibly stressful. I think I'll like it more next time. It's a shocking amount of work.
Did you get depressed when you got done with it? Whenever I do a project and it's over, I wrap it. I have a week where I'm like, fuck.
It
Yeah.
depends on how much of the ringer you went through.
Really?
So I'm an adrenaline addict, so it's like for me there's always a crash. There's like a neurochemical
Yeah,
crash
yeah,
after
yeah.
I do something, but it's just like a loss of adrenaline. You know, for me it was like it was so hard and it was so hard to get everything. I just more was like, we ran out of time. It's like pencils down. You know,
Right.
you're like, I'm not finished.
Oh, I
But then
see,
you
yeah.
figure it out in post, and you know, they say there's the movie you write, the movie you shoot, and then the movie you make. So
Right.
post is really where the movie comes together, and you know, we figured
Yeah.
it out because you shoot, 50 hours to get down to 90 minutes. So
If you could be in one of your movies for the rest of your life, meaning they just
Great
keep shooting it.
question.
They keep shooting it over and over again. Every day you show up, same cast, same script, they keep adding, and they turn it into like a movie that comes out every year. What movie would it
Damn.
be?
I have to say True Romance just because of the eclectic nature of the cast.
Yeah.
Dude, I
But
geeked out.
it's a versatile cast.
Yeah.
Are you still friends with a lot of people you work with?
I'm friendly with them. There's a handful of people that I'm like, I wouldn't want to work with again, but for the
ready to put
most
it in?
part.
Do I put it in?
Yeah. You put it in.
Oh.
Oh, here. Let Gil help you.
I don't need help. I'm a strong woman.
Go ahead.
Is this what I do?
Watch, Gil will show you.
So we're gonna try.
I don't need a man to tell me how to do this.
Okay, all right.
Let her fucking do it herself.
Let me do it.
Oh, Jesus.
Just let me do
If
it.
you're such a strong woman, you'd already know how to do this shit.
Don't
Genius.
patron. No, I'm a strong woman, so I make my own money and I have someone else make my pizza for me. That is the new strong.
Yeah, I
Strong
did.
woman bringing pizza through.
Way to go. You're fucking the pizza
Strong
up,
woman.
Mrs. fucking Joan of Arc.
Strong woman.
Look at
This is
shit.
actually a really hard.
No shit. That's why I
Look
said
what
I'm
you did.
Gil. A man doesn't have a problem asking for
Nah.
help.
Let me just rejigger
Tell me
this.
directions.
My pizza looks like a wound.
Why don't we have
It looks like a horrible wound.
You want to start on that one?
It's looked good. I mean,
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Well,
Let's do
well,
it.
should we cut it up?
Yeah. Let's cut it up.
you
Who's
know,
the first comic you saw where you were like,
Keenan Ivory Wayans was the
whoa?
first. This is 83.
Wow,
83?
I saw everybody
crazy.
in the improv, like everybody. Fucking Robin Williams, Eddie Murphy, Rodney Dangerfield, all of them.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Did you know Sandler was going to be big?
Yeah.
Did he have, like,
He had
when I
the
first
song.
met Whitney, let me tell you something. This is what Whitney did. You came up, you introduced yourself, and you got right in my space, and you were like, how you doing? Whitney Cummings, I'm a big fan. I really think you're great. And you just owned me, and you shut me down. Patrice O'Neill used to call it touching your face. And you walked away, I was like, she's going to be fucking huge. And then I would watch you leapfrog through the business, like, Whitney, Two Broke Girls, sold a movie, Roseanne, show running, script doctoring, Netflix special. But I recognized that in you. Like, I saw that and I went, I wish I had that. How's the pizza?
Good, sorry.
Oh, fuck.
Sorry.
Literally, I remember the first time I talked to, I mean, I don't remember that. I was probably unconscious, like, robot in my 20s when that happened. But I remember, like, the first time I really met you, you were like, oh, God, I'm really dehydrated. And I'm like, why? You're like, I just drank 2 bottles of soy sauce.
Jesus Christ.
You had just drank soy sauce, I guess, for a TV show or something?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Who else is in the business that you've run into that you're like, oh, that guy's taking off immediately?
Leonardo.
Oh.
Instantly.
Really?
Well, you met him before Gilbert Grape? Why were you hanging out with an 8-year-old?
I met him right after Gilbert Grape.
Oh, yeah.
But
it was-
I hadn't seen Gilbert Grape. It was just, you just knew. Like
could tell.
You just could tell.
Michael, by the way, this is your pizza. You load it up. Oh, look at your pizza, Whitney. Holy shit.
Gorgeous.
That looks
gorgeous.
horrible going in. That looks horrible going in.
Yeah. Look, I don't know what to tell you. Look, I mean, maybe women belong in the kitchen. I think if we've learned anything today,
Jesus.
it's that we have a natural knack.
I got a question about stand-up.
Shoot.
Yeah.
I got a question about stand-up. This is one thing that when I did stand-up and I wasn't good and I was young.
I bet you were
Dude,
great.
you
I
would
was
be
so fucking
You would
young.
be
amazing on
I'd have
stage.
a better understanding now, but the one thing that I didn't like about doing stand-up comedy, if I know that this joke is good and it works, why do I want to keep doing it every single night?
I had this conversation with last night. Because I was like, I don't like doing material after I've already shot the special. It makes me feel corny, or it makes me feel like,
Well, it's not working
But
in
even
a
if it's
positive
not-
direction in your career.
there's that.
Yeah.
But it becomes acting. It then becomes like, oh, I have to act like I've never said this before,
Yeah.
and I have to do the same thing every single night and keep it fresh.
The thrill that I got, and I was young, they were talking
Yeah.
about 89 to 92, I did stand-up.
Yeah.
The thrill that I got was that, is this gonna work or is this not gonna work?
Right.
And like, are the rails gonna fall off?
But then the thrill after that is the money you get paid when you keep doing it.
See, that's why you're a motherfucking baller. See, that's that baller shit that I'm just starting to learn.
Yeah.
Which when I was younger, I didn't think that way.
Yeah.
That's why you're a fucking sellout, and I'm like an artist. I know. I'm just saying, because you're thinking about that money. But that's the thing about stand-up, like where I'm like, when you guys are like at the clubs and you say this one he's killing, I'm like, motherfucker, I seen you do this the last time I was
Yeah.
here 3 months ago. Like,
Yeah.
Does it for pussy, but but I'm joking. Obviously, bleep out his name. We'll think it's so there are guys who get lost in just killing.
And also, we forget sometimes it's a job.
Right,
You know, it's
right.
also a career and a job.
Right,
so there's
right.
a certain point where you don't get to go like, I'm an artist and I've already
Right,
said
right.
this and I don't want to say it again.
do you guys think, because
That's another thing. You can keep it interesting for
Yeah.
yourself.
I get it.
But you can also just do like your podcast live on stage, which is like stand up but not. And
No,
Right.
I really want you to do straight stand up.
I've thought about it because I feel like I have more shit to say now.
100%.
You'd be so good at it. That looks.
What?
Just let it happen. Just let it
What?
happen.
Looks what? It looks. That's your shit. This is gonna be better. Looks what? And I don't have any materials to work with.
There's buffalo mozzarella back there if you want to try some of that.
But I gotta cut it up and all that
no,
shit.
break it up with your hands. You've been licking your fingers. They're clean.
That looks like a dumpster fell over behind a restaurant, and that's like what accumulated on the ground.
Yo, Whitney, I'm gonna tell you something.
What?
There's like, I don't see anybody taking Instagram pics of that shit. Like, nobody's
That's
like,
because we're fucking rolling.
You know what I mean?
Everybody wants to. All these hipsters cannot wait to take an aerial shot and put the Nashville filter on it.
and drop it in.
So you're gonna go all the way to the right, lift up the nose, and just shake it off. There you go. Nice job.
Nice job.
That's easy work.
What were you gonna say? I didn't
I was
want to
gonna say,
interrupt
I think a mistake that we make is that everyone wants to see the greatest comedy ever all the time. Some people just want to tune in and just fucking
I agree.
watch sound effects and
Dude.
fart noises and check. Not everyone wants to be thinking about racism every
Yeah.
night.
And yeah.
So the obligatory question that I always ask on my podcast, or when I'm, we're talking hip hop, which is some is top 5. We'll do 3. Whitney Cummings, 3 favorite in any particular
Burr,
order.
Kreischer.
Wait, no. Not comedians.
Not
Comedic, comedy specials.
Ooh.
So not comedians.
The first thing that comes to mind is Eddie Murphy Raw. Something so important about it is like one of the first times I saw comics can be cool. We don't have to be nerds.
Michael, there's one of
We
Whitney's.
don't have to be these awkward,
Right.
scared. Like you can be cool, you can be handsome,
Yeah.
you can be in shape, you can wear leather, and you can just
He was on that rock star shit.
yes, it was kind of the first comedy rock star.
And he was sexy. He didn't no
That's
shirt on with the
right.
gold.
That's
Like that
right.
motherfucker
And he was
Elvis
young.
Presley shit.
He was 22 or something.
All right, Eddie Murphy. What's next?
Okay. So Eddie Murphy Raw.
Yeah, well, let's go one. Let's go back and forth.
Okay, whatever, you can't copy.
But it has to be a special.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Will an album count as well?
Yes.
Hotter Than Hell, Sam Kinison.
Okay.
Dude, Sam
good one.
Kinison was my inspiration to get into stand-up.
Did you ever see him?
No. Why is your pizza spicy?
No, I put some of that oil in it that is in those
That's really good.
sauces. I just put that shit on there.
Special.
I have a knack. I'm just kind of a wife, ultimately. Other great special.
Just see 2 more.
I'm such a perfectionist, but it would be a George Carlin one.
Oh yeah,
I
you
don't.
gotta
Which
do
one
Carlin.
would we pick?
It's any of them. Just that counts.
All of them.
That counts.
All 50 of them. Do people say you remind them of George Carlin ever with what you talk about?
People don't know, not about, no.
No.
Because I'm not looked at like a comedian.
I think comics look at you as a comedian.
I think.
for some
Yeah.
reason.
You realize one lunch with Whitney, she could plan out your act, tell you what people. I mean, that's serious. One time I'm watching Whitney, and I thought. Instagram. I follow you on Instagram, and I watch all your stories. And I thought, if this was 1950, your husband would be so successful. Like if you were,
wow.
he would be a monster in the boardroom. Because you go, honey, here's your coffee.
Here, do
Here's
this,
your,
you do
here's your
this, you
talking
do-
points today.
That
Your
is
fr-
so
yeah.
funny.
And then I was like, wow, how cool is it? What do you need?
No, go ahead, finish. Go ahead.
No.
She got it.
Drink.
Yeah, because this is hot.
Here, have some hot coffee. Do you
It's
want a
spicy.
water?
I
I'll
got
do
a
a
Tito's
water
and soda.
So
Yeah.
you're up number 2.
Eddie Murphy, George Carlin.
Patrice O'Neill, Elephant in the Room. It's the best special. If no one's ever, did you know Patrice?
Yeah.
Elephant in the Room, best special I've ever seen in my entire life. I watch it to this day and I cry laughing. Now I'm yelling at a motherfucker. That is the best special. I'm telling you, hands down.
Whitney, final one.
I would say Ellen. What was the title of it? The one that was the shampoo in a quarter-size shampoo.
I think, in all honesty, I think Paula Poundstone was funnier than Ellen.
I'm not as familiar with Paula. I just remember Ellen. I remember dying, laughing, crying, watching it, and going, "This shit is all clean."
Oh,
She's talking about shampoo. Why is this so funny?
Ellen had an ability to make something very small absolutely hilarious. There's a
No,
movie
the one
called
about the Go-Gurt. It was the one
Yeah.
that has the Go-Gurt, and when she trips, and when you trip, you look back as if it was something.
Yeah.
You know that special? I don't remember the name of it.
She was in the movie. You ever see the movie Mr. Wrong?
Yeah.
And Bill
Real big
Paxton.
fan.
Yeah.
And he goes,
fan.
I'd break my finger for you. And Ellen goes, no, don't do it. And he goes, I would. And she goes, please don't. I never have laughed so hard. He goes, it's my favorite. Oh, it's one of my favorite.
But there's also, I remember her show. I used to watch her show. And I watched her sitcom, and there was a moment when Janeane Garofalo was on one time. She was trying to be friends with her. It was like an awkward moment between her and Janeane Garofalo, and she offers Janeane Garofalo like a bagel. She's like, do you want a bagel? And Janeane Garofalo's like, I'm good. And she just goes, how about now? Like, I mean, it was so silly, but I
Yeah.
just remember going like, oh, that's such a tiny moment
Yeah.
that only she could execute. So I would say Ellen.
Okay, you got one more.
One more for me. I'll be real honest, and I know we brought him up, and I'm not jock riding. Bill Burr's black and white special
Yeah.
killed me. It changed the way I looked at stand-up. And I gotta say, there's like
I
three.
feel like I can't. I was gonna name one of his, but it's weird. It's almost like I was just thinking, oh, is that too early? If we had 5, I would for sure say.
You know, there's 3 things I've seen in stand-up that really kind of changed the way I looked at it. Kevin Hart, when he did the Shaq All-Star Jam, he went up after a bunch of black dudes who all tried to do crowd work and do what everyone else was doing.
Kevin did?
Pimps be this, pimps be that. Kevin Hart walked out and said, I got 2 kids. And the place was like, we're in. And I went, oh, you don't have to be edgy. You can also just say, we have kids. I'm a regular person.
Yep.
That blew my mind, and that changed the way I started doing stand-up, in all honesty. And then
When was that?
This was gonna be 9 years ago, probably.
Got it.
And then Bill consistently challenges himself in a special. And on the black and white special, he's talking about adopting 2 kids.
Yeah.
One that works in
Garbage.
it doesn't look
Trash.
bad. It doesn't look bad.
Complete trash.
Doesn't look, it's gonna be
You know what? This pizza looks like a placenta.
Yo, that shit looks good. It got mixed cheeses and shit. I
Oh, it
guarantee
does have the mixed
I
cheeses.
guarantee you that get more likes on Instagram. Like, oh, look at my pizza. Look at this piece of
That is a
shit.
Oh, that's a
bitch-ass
great
pizza.
idea. That's a great idea. We're gonna
Bad.
Instagram
I'm
one
sorry,
piece of
I'm sorry,
pizza.
you can't Instagram mine because it's half gone because people are actually eating it. What about your fucking gimpy pizza?
Gimpy pizza.
Fucking no.
All right, you got one more special.
That is a swipe left.
Because nothing.
You have one more special? You said Bill Burr. He said Bill
I'm
Burr.
gonna say Bill Burr's black and white one. I love that because he challenged himself to do new stuff.
Can I
and
tell
do
you,
act-outs.
Bill is the kind of comic who, when you first start dating someone, you show them clips on YouTube so they understand comedy and so
Yeah.
you can have conversations with them. That's what every guy I've ever dated, I have to be like, you gotta see Bill Burr because I can't have conversations with you unless you understand this. That's what he's
Yeah.
become.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Because if you don't get it, I can't date.
Do
And
you
if
find
they
that
laugh,
with dating guys? Do you find that you're like, I need you to like the comedy I like?
yeah, totally.
Comedy's more important than music.
I agree.
Yeah.
Because what you laugh at involuntarily
Yeah.
says who you are. And I think that sometimes there's, like, I'm a little bit resistant to, like, the comedy snobbery. Like, there's sort of
Oh,
these
yeah.
echelons,
Yeah.
and it's just like, get the fuck out of here. I just think it's more like there's this thing, this assumption, like, with pop music, like, the more people that like it, it can't possibly be good. And I think in comedy, that's erroneous because it's like there's sort of this, like, elitist thing of, like, whoever's the most alt gets respect, and whoever gets the most laughs and sells the most tickets
Is a sellout.
Is a sellout. It's
Fuck
like,
that.
or the most people think you're funny.
Or the more like, yo, this is a fucking business,
to me, it's the
motherfucker.
opposite. Totally.
And this whole sellout show, like it's show
if you're
business.
mainstream-
You didn't come in here to be a fucking homeless guy.
it just starts in high school, the idea of like the kid that fails is the coolest and the straight A kid is the nerd. It's like sometimes I
Yeah.
think that carries over
I
into
agree.
comedy, and it's like
He's
if someone,
sold out.
Yeah, people say to me all the time, like they're just like, you're so ambitious, like as if it's a pejorative word. I'm like, why is that such a bad word that I want to pay my bills
Right.
and like have a 401k? I grew up poor, like
Is LeBron James ambitious? You don't say that about like athletes.
Totally.
No,
But
actually,
I-
hang on one second. Actually, I'm gonna. Only because I've been in rooms where people say that about you. They're like, I don't know, I'm an artist. All I do is stand up. I don't try to sell shows.
And that's like, I don't want to
but-
try too hard because if I get rejected, I want people to think it was my idea.
You nailed it.
Even if it's Mayweather, McGregor, or Serena
But no one
Williams.
says Mayweather's so ambitious. They're like, he fucking works his ass off, and that's what you have to do to not die in there. Stand-up is like boxing. You're on stage with a bunch of people that kind of want you to fail.
Here's something I wanted to do. You guys are so good at rants. I want you to rant from the other side.
No.
On the other side.
I want you to take an argument you wouldn't normally have and rant against it. So
Okay,
I have
Michael Rapaport's challenged.
Is-
Ready?
Fuck you.
Oh, don't
Sorry,
worry.
Michael Rapaport.
So I want you to tell me why Jay-Z's an overrated rapper, and then I want you. See, I want to hear the opposite side, and I want you to argue why we should get our dogs at puppy mills. What's the good thing about puppy mills?
Go ahead, Whitney.
It gets a bunch of people together that you want in one area to just fucking
Soulless dogs.
just chainsaw through.
You got dogs?
Yeah,
How many dogs?
like 5 or 4.
You don't know how many
No,
dogs
it's
you
a
have?
revolving door.
She is a hardcore rescue.
I don't fuck with any animals that if the shit hits the fan, you can't beat in a fight.
However, I got my ear bitten off by a dog.
I got my ear bitten off by a person.
What?
You see?
When? Who?
When I was 19, but let's stay on the...
No!
Hold
no!
Wait,
No!
I want to hear your stories.
Shutting down. What do
You
you mean? But who bit you?
In a fight. in a fight.
Oh, someone definitely bit your ear off.
No, yeah.
Your ear looks like a dried apricot.
Wait, which ear got bit off for you, Whitney?
This one.
She got a little shit. I see it.
But
I don't see it.
It got sewn back up.
see.
So it was split in half?
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
By,
You know, it's so
by a
funny.
dog?
By a dog.
When you were how old?
So dogs can, you can't beat every dog in a fight.
I know, but I don't.
This was a year ago.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Bit right off. They said they were
Holy
like,
shit.
it is a very good chance that it's not gonna take. No, I was gonna have to have a prosthetic ear.
Yo.
Yeah, it was crazy.
What kind of dog was
I
it?
had to use a speakerphone for a fucking year. It was a nightmare.
Oh, I
it was
thought-
a mix.
I misheard that. I thought you had to use a horn to hear people. Like,
No, I
Wait,
couldn't
you
use my
talked
phone.
about your ear. You go, I Googled Whitney Cummings, and the third thing that came up was Whitney's ear. And then immediately I went, Whitney Cummings' ear. And then I looked, and I was like, I can't find any pictures of
But
it.
these days, that's probably a fetish, because I think Whitney Cummings' feet is like second, because guys like to jerk off on feet or
no, I
something.
definitely want
Do
to
they
see your ear
really?
injury.
Your feet?
Feet are a big fetish.
your feet?
No, mine have not been anywhere. Maybe that's what's so mysterious and sexy about them. They haven't been featured in anything.
But if you look up Whitney Cummings' feet.
Have you ever Googled yourself?
Micheal?
AEL, motherfucker.
You're his
You
biggest
said you were a big
fan, I
fan,
thought.
motherfucker. God
You
damn.
don't know anything about
Rapapor?
You show up late. You pronounce his last
guys
name
think
wrong.
there's no T at
you
the last of
can't
my...
spell his first
You're
name.
spiking.
What does that mean?
So Google Trends, this is my favorite thing ever. Google Trends tells you how popular you are on the internet. You ready for this, Michael? Your career has been on a huge upswing.
Doing what?
I'm glad you're telling me that.
So this is,
Shit.
that is your career. These are the people in 2004 that were Googling
That's just
you.
because I'm talking a lot of shit.
No, but that
But
is
what's
a
your
direct
bet?
reflection
Is that-
of what you could sell on the road.
So if you were selling tickets, that would translate into money in your pocket.
How many minutes do you need to be able to do? 20 minutes?
No.
Half hour?
An
If you're Bobby
hour.
Lee, yes, but
Sorry, I just hit him in the dick.
You need an hour,
You can
huh?
Me Too me if you
But
want.
but if you come up with a good hour, you could do it every night.
But you can do 45 minutes and you get an opener and you can open it up to questions or you can tape part of your podcast. You can do whatever the fuck you want.
Right.
Don't look me up. This makes me insecure. I'm not letting you look me up. I'm gonna look myself up and if it's good news, we'll talk about it.
you are red hot. Like you are red hot. This world was set up for you. You have found a place in every dude's heart that's like 40 years old. We all grew up on you.
And it's also
we identified with you as kids.
Don't do that
And now
in
you
front of
come
my
out- now you
face
come out-
ever.
I want to manage myself.
You can't manage yourself. You don't even know how phones work.
But if I could do a fake voice, I would do it. And then they'd be like, you sound like Michael Rappaport with a British. No, I just represent him. It rubs
Hello,
off.
motherfucker.
Did you cast him? You fuck you.
Whitney Cummings, I would like you to pitch Michael Rappaport's TV show. And then pitch Bert Kreischer's.
Okay.
Real quick. In the room.
I know. It's Michael Rapaport. You have 2 kids?
Yeah.
2 kids? How old are they?
Well, they're going to be 16 and 18.
Can you finish?
That's not that appealing. You got to make them younger. Because it was cuter when they were younger.
Well, no, I was just thinking that schools have gotten so PC now. You know, it's like you can't teach Huck Finn. They're not allowed to have peanut butter. You know, it's like there's someone with you who rejects PC so much. The idea of like, you know, a school, which is like they start having a unisex bathroom because there's no gender. You having your kid in a school like that, even you being like a substitute teacher in a fucking PC school like that, I would like to see that show. I mean, you really just want to capitalize
And it's
on
called More Rappaport.
Bad Rapport.
Bad Rapport with Michael Rappaport.
Yes.
All right, now pitch my
I feel
show.
like that's
now
gonna
pitch my
get canceled
show.
after like 4.5 episodes.
Oh, no, I'd
damn
watch
it.
it. I'd watch it.
I don't.
Bird's a partying dad.
No, I don't want to
and
see that
that's
show.
Fennel.
Don't insult me with your bad pitches and put them in my mouth. No, I would actually like to see you single.
Oh, me too.
Like I feel like Bert Kreischer's single,
That was a nightmare.
like having to be back out there. Every time he stops talking, he has a like your body is allergic to listening.
Sorry, no, go ahead.
It is shocking.
Sorry.
He has an allergic
No.
Has an allergic reaction.
to
It's the
listening.
cheese, I think, that fucked me
It's
up.
not cheese.
No, yeah.
We should probably wrap this up.
Wrap this motherfucker up, man.
You gotta do stand up.
I'm thinking about it.
I think so
No,
too.
don't
This
even think
might
about
be
it.
the birth
Whitney-
of your stand-up career.
Yeah,
All
Whitney and I
right.
can set it up.
And by the way, you know that like we do shows all the time.
Yeah.
Come just do like go ahead of one of us for
All right,
20
all right,
minutes
all
one
right,
night.
all right, all right.
You only have to do 10 minutes in front of him or me
All right,
just
all
to
right.
fuck around.
Dude, you're one of my favorite people.
People
Both
would
you.
pay money.
All right.
How much of a home run did I hit when I said Michael Rappaport and Whitney Cummings? Is this not? I didn't do a fucking
You
thing.
didn't do a fucking home
I
run.
just
You
got
didn't get
drunk.
the fucking
He's
I just got drunk.
shit-faced.
Yeah.
We drove to Pasadena. He's taking an Uber pool home. How are you getting home?
I'm Uber pooling that shit. I'm calling the Uber now. Are we done?
Yeah. Take us out. Take us out. I've done such little work. Why don't you guys just end the episode? So I never have really figured out a branding for the end of this show. So if you guys could come up with a branding, like a nice out, like right to the camera.
This one
like,
here?
Yeah, something great, something solid. Like or this. Let's do this camera right here.
Which one?
Why are we
Right there.
doing your job?
This motherfucker was late. We have to do his fucking job. Shit.
Unbelievable. WhitneyCummings.com, MichaelRapaport.org. What's your website?
Michael Rapaport. At Michael Rapaport.
Let's pose for a family photo to end this out, okay? Ready?
Okay.
Right there. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna call Bill Burr.
Yeah, yeah.
Tell him you're a stand-up now.
Yeah, I'm a stand-up comedian. I'm starting tonight.
I love it. You sound like you had fun. You had fun?
We had a good time. Yeah, we're getting ready to leave now. I'm gonna send you this Uber bill, okay?
Something's burning.
This episode was brought to you by The Machine.